Good morning, students. Once again, I welcome you to my video lectures on control systems. So, yesterday I explained the theory of root locus and I took the example. And in the first example, you followed the theory of root locus. To further solidify the concept, I will take some more examples. Let us sketch the root locus given open loop transfer function. Open loop transfer function, that is GSHS equal to K over S into S plus 6. Now, to follow the theory of root locus, first on the complex plane, sketch the poles and zeros of the open loop transfer function. Here, there are two poles, there are no zeros. S equal to 0, S equal to minus 6, they are the poles. They are the poles. S equal to 0, S equal to minus 6. They are the poles. Now, follow the theory of root locus. So, procedure. What is the procedure? Mod K, mod GSHS equal to mod K, mod GSHS is equal to mod K or K GSHS angle GSHS is equal to angle GSHS equal to 1 plus or minus 180 degrees. Plus or minus 180 degrees. This is the condition. This is called magnitude part. This is what is called as angle part. Angle part we write like this. Angle GSHS equal to 1 plus or minus 180 degrees. Now take this problem now. K. So K, what is mod K? K 0 degrees divided by S. I will write S as mod S angle theta 1 mod S plus 6 angle theta 2 is equal to 1 plus or minus 180 degrees. Now, next, first angle criterion. First satisfy angle criterion. And in the angle criterion, you make sure the points which are going to be on the root locus. Then for those points, we shall find the K value. Now, when these two goes to the numerator, then minus of theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to plus or minus 180 degree. This is angle criterion. Or theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to minus or plus, one and the same, or plus or minus 180 degree. This is what is called as angle criterion. The second one, magnitude criterion. Let us come to magnitude criterion later. Now, search the points. Now I will take theta 1 plus theta 2, if you add, it should come to plus or minus 180 degrees. Now I will take this. I will take S point here. If you join this is S phasor. If you join this is mod S plus 6 phasor. This is theta 1, this is theta 2. Theta 1 is acute angle. Theta 2 is also acute angle. So when acute angles are added, do we get 180 degrees? No. So this cannot be the root locus point. Next, try somewhere. Try elsewhere. Now I will try. Now, for example, I will take point here. Okay, I will take point here. I will join this. So this is theta 1. I will join with this, that is theta 2. So theta 1, theta 2, both are zeros. because they are horizontal. So 0 plus 0 cannot make 180 degrees. Therefore, there cannot be any root locus on this part of the real axis. Similarly, you can try here. If you try here, now what is theta 1? Theta 1 is around 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees, because you are measuring angle in the clockwise direction. And whereas this one, this is what is called as a trial point. We call them as trial points. Now if you take trial points here, if you join this becomes S phasor, this becomes S plus 6 phasor, Now this is 90, minus 90, and this is also an acute angle. Acute angle is minus theta 2, because angle measured in clockwise direction is taken with negative sign. So one is acute angle, another is 90, minus 90. When they are added, it is not going to give us 180 degrees. Therefore, these points cannot be on the root locus. Now you remember. Anyhow, you are familiar with the graph. Because I worked out this problem after factorizing the characteristic equation. Therefore, what I will do is, I will take point here between 0 and minus 6. Or if you can take trial point, because we shall have one more trial point, to the left of minus 6. To the left of minus 6, if you take trial point here, if you join with this, that is theta 1. What is theta 1? Theta 1, if you join this with this, that is theta 1. What is theta 1 angle? Theta 1 angle is 180 degree. Next, when the same is joined with this, that is also 180 degree. When they are added, theta 1, theta 2 are added, so it results in 360 degrees. Therefore, there cannot be, these points cannot be on the root locus. The reason is 180 plus 180 makes 360. No. Now I will take trial points between s equal to 0 and s equal to minus 6. If you take trial points between s equal to 0 and s equal to minus 6 on the real axis, definitely root locus is going to exist. The reason is, if you take trial point here, if you join with this, theta 1 is equal to 180 degree plus 180 degree. Next, the same point joined with minus 6. What is theta 2? Theta 2 is 0 degrees. So 180 plus 0 makes 180. Therefore, between s equal to 0 and between s equal to minus 6, definitely the angle criterion is satisfied. Now next I will imagine perpendicular bisector at s equal to minus 3. On this perpendicular bisector, if you join points, this is theta 1, this is theta 1, this is theta 2. This is theta 1, this is theta 2. Theta 1 is obtuse, more than 90 but less than 180. That is called obtuse angle. Theta 1, for example 135 degrees. Next, theta 2 say around 45 degrees. So one angle is acute angle, another angle is obtuse angle. So chances are there that when they are added, it results in 180 degrees. Therefore, 135 plus 45, it can make 180. Therefore, on the perpendicular bisector, the points going to satisfy the angle criterion. Now similarly, below this, on this line, if you join, now this is theta 1. Theta 1 is once again obtuse, but it is negative, no problem. Theta 1 is negative, and join this with this, that is theta 2. So that is also negative. One is obtuse angle, another is acute angle. Both are negative. When they are added, it results in minus 180 degrees. So angle criterion is to be satisfied when angles are added either plus 180 or minus 180. Therefore, angle criterion is satisfied. That is why the points going to lie on the perpendicular bisector. Therefore, angle criterion is satisfied. Now, what I will do is, this is s equal to 0, this is s equal to minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. Now, I will sketch the root locus. Now, if you sketch the root locus, it will be like this, minus 3. This is one branch, this is another branch. Now, for these values of s, now I have to find the k values, because on the graph you have to mark the k values also. Now I will mark the k values first. Now for that you take magnitude criterion. Magnitude criterion says that k by mod s plus 6 must be equal to 1. First, s equal to 0. If you take s equal to 0 here, 0. So whole thing 0, k equal to 0. Next, s equal to minus 3. S equal to minus 3, k by mod minus 3 plus 6 equal to 1. Therefore, k equal to, so mod 3, mod minus 3, 3 into 3, 9. So, k value is 9. So, here k value is 0, k value is 9. Now, similarly at s equal to minus 6, if you find, k value is coming to be 0, because this term cancels, Now, k, that is k equal to 0. Next, on other points you can find the k value. Say for example, at s equal to minus 3 plus j1. Say at s equal to minus 3 plus j1, say here, j1. Minus 3 plus j1. You have to find k value. So you can find the k value. You can find the k value as k divided by mod minus 3 plus j1 mod minus 3 plus j1 plus 6 must be equal to 1. Now k divided by minus 3 plus j1. How to find the mod value? The mod value is minus 3 plus j1 means square root of 3 square plus 1 square. You know that a plus jb, its mod value is root of a square plus b square. That is what I am doing. Now next, what about the mod value of this? Here minus 3 plus 6, that is 3. 3 plus j1, once again 3 square plus 1 square equal to 1. Therefore, what is k value then? K value is equal to 3 square plus 1 square, that is k equal to 10. Now similarly at this point, that is at minus 3 minus j1, the k value will be equal to 10. Because the root locus will be symmetrical. Next, lastly, at s equal to minus 3 plus j infinity, if you substitute here, k equal to infinity. So similarly at s equal to minus 3 minus j infinity, its value is infinity. Therefore, the root locus is terminated at minus 3 plus or minus j infinity. This is how you have to follow what is called as the theory of root locus. In the next class, I will work out one more problem. Thank you.